So this is a question from IIT JEE PYQ, JEE Advanced 2021. This question is from the Advanced paper 2021 from the projectile chapter. The question is, projectile is thrown from a point O on the ground at an angle 45 degree from the vertical. That means from the horizontal also it is 45 degree, and with an initial speed 5√2 meter per second. The projectile at the highest point of its trajectory splits into two equal parts. Okay. One part falls vertically down to the ground 0.5 second after the splitting. Okay. The other part t second after the splitting falls to the ground at a distance x meter from the point O, that is the point of projection. The acceleration due to gravity is g, that is equal to 10 meter per second square. We have to tell what is the value of x here. Okay. So this is our scenario. Like a projectile is being projected from the ground. This is the ground and it is being projected with an initial speed u at an angle 45 degree with the horizontal. This is the point O and u is given as u is equal to 5√2 meter per second. Okay. So let us suppose this projectile is following this trajectory. So this is the highest point of this trajectory. Okay. What is the value of h here? That we can directly use the formula. H max will be equal to u square sine square theta divided by 2g. So what is the value of u square? That is 5√2 square. That means 25 multiply 2 multiply sine square theta. Here theta is equal to 45 degree. That means it will be 1 by 2 square of 1 by √2 divided by 2g, 2 multiply 10. Okay. So here 2 will be cancelled out and here h max will be equal to h max is equal to 25 divided by 20. 25 divided by 20, that is equal to this is 5, this is 4, so 5 by 4 meter. So here we are getting this is the h max, that is equal to 5 by 4 meter. Okay. So at this point, let us suppose initially the mass of this projectile is 2m. So at this point it is being split into the two parts, two equal parts. One will be m and other will also be m. So this is our m and one part falls vertically downward to the ground. Okay, so it is falling vertically downward to the ground in 0.5 seconds. 0.5 second is the time period for this projectile to fall this height. Okay, and another part is also that m here. Another part is also m. It will be falling some distance. Let us suppose it is x from this point O. So we have to find out this x. So at this point this another let us suppose this was the mass m1 and this was mass m2. So it was traveling some this distance, extra distance. We have to find out how much this distance is. Now I will be using a concept here, that is the concept of conservation of position of the center of mass. So if in case if this projectile was not splitted, then in that case the trajectory of projectile was like this. Okay, so this was the range of this projectile. This is the range of this projectile. So range of this projectile will be equal to range, that is equal to u square sine 2 theta divided by g. What is value of u? that is 5 root 2, that is 25 multiplied 2 into sine 2 theta, that means sine 90, that is 1 divided by 10. So it will be 5. So range will be equal to 5 meters. Okay. Since center of mass of these two particles m and m should always be lie at this point. Okay, so this distance is total 5 meter. So I will draw this diagram again now. Like this was our projectile. It was being projected at an angle theta, that is 45 degree, and if it was not splitted, then trajectory of this projectile was like this, and it was the initial maximum height here. Okay, now since it was splitted, one particle, one mass will be falling here downward, and this total length is r, that is equal to 5 meter. This was the point O, and this half length will be equal to 5 by 2 meter, and this length will also be equal to 5 by 2 meter. Now another part of mass m is falling like this. Okay, let us suppose this is the position of this another mass m2. This was 1, this was the particle 2, so this is the position of 2. We have to find out this extra distance. Let us suppose it is x dash. Since it is the position of center of mass, this is the position of center of mass, and one particle is falling here that whose mass is m, this mass is also m, then since position of center of mass in x direction it is conserved, there is no external force in x direction, that means in horizontal direction is 0. So position of center of mass in x direction will be conserved. Okay, so if this distance is 5 by 2 meter and this distance is x dash meter, then we can directly write that relation m1 x1 is equal to m2 x2. So this is our particle of mass m, and this is the distance 5 by 2 meter, that is equal to m2 is also equal to m, and this x2 is what, x dash. Okay, so here our x dash is equal to 5 by 2 meter, that is equal to 2.5 meter. So the range of this projectile, this projectile was being projected at an angle 45 degree, and at this highest point this was splitted into the two parts. One was m and other m was falling like this. So this m will be falling at a distance like this was the range, and this was the extra distance it traveled, that is 2.5 meter, and this was 5 meter. This is the point O. Let us suppose this is the point P where this another mass is falling. Okay, so the distance x from the point O is equal to 5 plus 2.5 meter, that is equal to 7.5 meter. So this is the value of x that we have to find here, 7.5 meter. We can also use different methods to solve this question. All are the appropriate methods. So whatever we will use the concepts. Okay.